So tell us a little bit about Crow Creek. You have some renovations going on.
We've got some stuff in the works here. The next, within this year and probably a little bit into next year, we're going to be redoing a lot of our bunkers.
Okay.
Crow Creek was opened in 2000, so we're now finishing up our 14th and starting our 15th year on the same bunkers, which a lot of courses make it about 10 years with their bunkers. We pushed it a little bit further, so
Right.
it's now time to bite the bullet. We're going to redo some drains, put in some new sand. Actually, our person we got our sand from went out of business, so I've hit probably 3,000 bunker shots in the last 2 days trying to find a sand that is worthy of Crow Creek in our name, because we have good sand. It's really easy to get out of. We feel like it's easier for the average golfer to get out of the sand.
There's a difference in sand?
There is. It's some sand is a little finer, some is a little more coarse. What you think might be a good sand, like a beach sand, is actually a little tougher to get out of. It's a little harder. It compacts easier if you get rain. It turns into like, when the sand's wet down by the water on the beach,
Got it.
it's harder. You can walk on it easier, but you get out there, it's a little softer. That's a little more difficult to get out of as well.
Got it.
So there's a lot more that goes into it. Some people are like, we'll just go with the white sand. Well, it's not always that easy. So my wrists are really hurting right now because I've hit way more bunker shots than I've ever hit in my life.
Okay.
So
you should have called Jeff. He's very used to getting out of the sand.
he's a sand guy. Yeah, that's true. I should have called the
I had
Sandman.
to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Enter Sandman. Do we have any Metallica we can play right now? That'd be great. But yeah, so that's what we've been up to at Crow Creek is we're getting ready to do a lot of bunkers, and we're coming up on doing our aerifying our greens here in the next couple of weeks. So.
Well, that's a good point. So I have a question about the sand, and then let's go to aerification. But
Okay.
with the sand, again, nobody likes to be in the sand, but if you're going to be in the sand, I've heard people say, much better players than I would have rather been in the sand than this lie, or vice versa. So when you're talking about different sand, I just look at it and say if it's pretty or not. But I mean, you said the coarser sand is actually easier to get out of?
It's a little easier to get out of.
Okay.
If you think about, you've got a bunch of rocks and then a bunch of, powdered sugar.
Okay.
Powdered sugar it's really small grains. They compact a little, but rocks, there's a bunch of air in it.
Right.
Well, it's going to be a lot easier to hit through that
Got
than
it.
it is something that's compacted down really, really tight.
Okay.
We have to go into a chemistry lesson there or something,
well.
but basically it's a little easier to get the
Got
club
it.
through based on what kind of bounce you have on your club. But
Right.
I think it's a little easier to hit out of our sand than some of the other bunkers I've played around.
Right.
And as my wrist can attest, it can be difficult to get through some sand. You have to I think it's a little tougher to accelerate through a shot in
Right.
a bunker. I saw a funny skit the other day, and I think I said it on another show with George and Hugh. I don't, the Dos Equis guy, the most interesting man in the world.
Absolutely.
And he said there was a poster of him, and it says, "I don't always hit a sand wedge 185 yards, but when I do, I'm in a greenside bunker."
There you go.
Because that's usually when you do it. You just go one, and you're just like, "Give me a 7." Okay.
Okay.
Move on.
But moving on. But so maybe not the prettiest sand, but easier to hit from.
Exactly,
Okay, well, I'm
yeah.
going to appreciate it a little more now. Hopefully, I'll never have to experience
Hopefully,
it.
you won't even have to think about it
Yeah.
because you'll never be in a bunker. So.
Exactly. All right, so let's go on to aerification. Nobody's favorite topic, but totally necessary. I know you're not technically a superintendent, but tell everyone, what does aerification do for the greens?
Well, for one thing, just think about getting a little air into the greens, okay?
Okay, thinking about that, still don't get it.
Still don't get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
see.
the blonde, I don't know.
All right. Picture your house. All right. It's 110 degrees outside, and all the windows are shut, and you don't have any air conditioning.
Got it.
Make a little
Miserable.
sense. You
Yeah.
probably open the windows, get a little airflow through
Right.
there. Oh, okay, this is a little more manageable. It's the same type of thing. We got to
Okay.
get some air down to those roots.
So they don't die? Because I would die in my house if we had
Yeah,
air
exactly.
conditioning.
Well,
Okay.
and they say we poke holes in it, and what we'll do is put a little sand top dressing in those holes, and that again,
Coarse sand.
coarse
'cause there's
sand.
air. Got
The
it.
air gets in there, and water can get down to the roots a little easier.
Got it.
All right, but after a while, the grass starts to compact up top, and the water takes a little more time to get down through there. Sometimes you'll see standing water in the greens after a heavy rain shower, right?
Okay.
Well, if they're aerated properly, it'll soak through there pretty quickly. But if it
Okay.
stays there over a long period of time,
Don't you
it
get
could
the black
Yeah,
The Black Death.
The Black Death, the mold, the sun,
Yeah.
and then the sun will cook. It's like cooking cabbage or something. You know, no one likes
Yeah.
cabbage.
No.
I don't like
No.
cabbage anyway. I don't want to,
Another topic. That's
another
for the
topic.
cooking show.
That's another show.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, okay, so nobody likes the aerification process, but be honest, other than aesthetic, as it may not be aesthetically pleasing, how many days does it really take before the ball starts rolling smoothly?
Well, I'd say rolling smoothly, 4 days.
Okay.
At least the way we do it. We top dress them, we roll them, we drag them,
Right.
and we roll them again, and we drag them again, and then we cut them.
Okay.
So in 4 days, we're ready to go. It's terms of aesthetics,
Right.
what it looks like, because someone's going to say, oh, I missed that putt because of the sand.
Right.
It's probably about 2 weeks before the sand disappears and the grass is green, and you don't see anything about the aerifying.
But realistically, 4 days before the putts are rolling true again.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
great. All the employees that work with us know that we've got a little grace period. We can go play golf, for like a week with no one out there. So it's a great time. We get to
Yeah.
enjoy Crow Creek for a week. You guys should come by. But until then, because most
Right.
golfers are going to say, or they're going to look for an excuse, oh, that's why I had 48 putts today, is because there was
Right.
sand on the greens.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. No. But definitely necessary, because if you don't do that every year, it's catastrophe.
Yeah, twice a year, and some courses do 3 or 4 times a year. But
Oh, okay.
we just do it twice a year.
So
On
you-
our slow times,
Right.
we've gotten through the spring. We're going to do ours the 1st of June,
Right.
Which kids haven't got out of school yet, so
Right.
all the vacations haven't started. So by the
Good.
time kids that are out of school and everyone's coming down to the beach, the greens are ready to go again.
There you go. So post our busy season, so to speak, but pre the summer season.
Pre-summer crowd, yeah.
There you go. And now at Crow Creek, y'all have the junior program, correct? Where juniors can come out with their folks.
Juniors play free with a paying adult
Nice.
from June through Labor Day, June through September.
Excellent. So June 1st through the 1st of September, bring your kids out, introduce them to the game. Crow Creek is awesome for that. One thing I like is the big greens. So like with my kids, they'll hit a ball off the tee, and then we just kind of carry it up to the green, let them putt away. So that's a lot of fun. So summer golf is coming into season, and so come
Absolutely.
on out. But in the meantime, if you're getting your golf in a little late, they're not doing the aerification yet, so you still have time.
Absolutely. And I think in the summertime we'll even we'll kind of set out our tee schedule that everyone can tee off early in the morning before the heat.
Right.
We send them out on both sides from 7 to 9 in the morning.
Great.
So everyone's done by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Right.
And then we do another tee starting at 1 through the afternoon. So you can, if you want to go out there by yourself at 1 o'clock in July and August.
Sure.
You have the course to yourself. But
Hey.
if you want to come out at 4 and play it when it's nice and starting to get a little
Cooler.
yeah, that's the way to go.
Absolutely. Well, we always go to Disney in August because it's the hottest, it's the least expensive, but it's the least crowded. And let's face it, there's ways to deal with the heat, and you can really enjoy a fast round of golf. We were talking earlier, where's
Yeah.
the Ranger? You do
Exactly.
not have a 5-hour round in the summertime in Myrtle Beach, which is
No,
awesome.
doesn't exist.
Does not exist. So what else is going on out at Crow Creek that we need to know about?
Oh, well, we've got a lot of events coming up. Summertime is actually a good time to book an event. If you are going to book a big travel event down in Myrtle Beach, a lot of golf courses are starting to slow down in terms of play, at least for Crow Creek anyway. May and June is probably our big tournament months of the year,
Right.
where we have big corporate outings or charity events.
Right.
Course is still in great condition from the spring, and the play is slowing down. So it's
Works out
pretty
great.
cheap to get the golf course right now.
Tell you what, it always amazes me how much this game gives back to all the not only local charities but the national level charities. And so if you are a part of that, definitely consider Crow Creek because it's great. So should we go out and play a few holes?
Let's go.
All right. So thank you very much, Jimmy, for joining us. Sunglasses on. For those of you who are just listening, we've put our sunglasses on because we are headed to the course. This edition of Tee It Up Grandstand with Crow Creek has been produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com.